An 11-year-old boy from St. Helena Bay on the west coast is fighting for his life after protests about land escalated on Friday. A shot allegedly fired by a police officer hit Leo Williams in the head. This resulted in a war between residents and the police, which ended on Monday. IPID is investigating the incident. Nadine Teron reports.
Who shot 11-year-old Leo Williams while he was watching TV at home in Laingville last Friday? And can rubber bullets penetrate corrugated iron walls? These questions remain unanswered for now. Residents of Laingville had been protesting that day about municipal housing and land allocations.
Tussen 8 uur en half 9 het die 4 polisiebeamptes langs die sportveld afgekom en apparently het hulle net begin 'n rigting verander en na die huis toe begin skiet. En die seentjie was per ongeluk binne in die huis gewees en een van die bullets het in die seun se kop geraak.
The boy is in a critical condition at the Red Cross Children's Hospital in Cape Town, with the bullet still lodged in his head. Doctors warn that removing it may cost his life. Laingville residents seem satisfied after the mayor took their concerns to heart on Saturday. But then violence in and around the small town escalated and came to a head on Monday afternoon.
Die geveg heiliglik is teen die polisie en nie teen die munisipaliteit of watsoever nie. Want ons mense het gesê geregtigheid moet geskied vir die arme seentjie wat veg vir sy lewe in die hospitaal.
A peace agreement was finally reached between police and residents by Monday evening. Nadine Teron, St. Helena Bay.
An 11-year-old boy was shot in the head during protests in Laingville. Saldanha Bay Municipality Mayor Marius Kuhn met with the community leaders on Saturday night to receive the memorandum.
I do understand the frustrations the community has. And I think by working together, solving the problems, we can get much further. So therefore, let's understand the sympathy and let's work at getting solutions for them.
But the experience of feeling not being heard and listened to for so long has now opened up years of frustration.
Nothing happens in our community. No one gives back or uplifts the community. So, we are looking for answers and we are looking towards our local councillors for answers. We want to know whose land it is.
Although many protesters have been injured and a young boy is fighting for his life in hospital, the protests are set to continue. Linky Bierman, SABC News, St. Helena Bay.
Mag je niet uitschieten. Kijk aan. Waar zien jullie bij ons thuis staan? Ja, we zullen zo rijden. Waar is hij? Nou, als ze zo rijdt, is het een aanschoes in zijn huis. Waarom gaan we niet aan?
The usually peaceful fishing community of Stompnes Bay, who have lived here for generations, say they've had enough. Protesters were back on the streets on Tuesday morning.
We are here to show the government that we are very serious and we want houses. We are living here for a long generation, and according to government, this land over here and over there belongs to the factory, and we want answers. Whose land is this really? Is it the government's land or Lucky Star's? We want answers and we want to build our houses.
The majority of community members work in fishing factories. They want to keep their close-knit families together and are not too keen on outsiders.
The whole West Coast are starting to burn, and it's a direct result of what's happening from people coming from elsewhere, outside. And what we are saying as a community, we are sick and tired of this that's going on here in this West Coast, as to where the West Coast are starting to become a dumping site for people coming from elsewhere.
The road closures left many people stranded. Farmers opened their land for emergency travel.
Situation here is very volatile. One end is closed, the other one they dug a trench over the road that we made through the veld. So we are stuck on our little island here, all on our own, not in, not out. There are people in desperate need to get out that has to go to the hospital for a serious operation.
A desperate plea has been made to the Saldanha Bay municipality leadership to intervene and find an amicable solution. Linky Bierman, SABC News, St. Helena Bay. This is the house where Leo Williams, a 9-year-old boy from Laingville in St. Helena Bay, was hit by a bullet in the head. He was inside the house with his uncle during the service delivery protests. The 6 bullet holes are clearly visible in the corrugated iron walls. But the community blames police brutality and wants answers.
Leo was sitting inside, busy watching TV with his uncle. The community members was already far away inside the community. So there's no way where our community members was involved in the shooting, because the police is accusing our community by saying that it's our community members who are shooting at Leo.
Leo's guardian is still hoping for a miracle and that Leo will recover. He is hospitalized at the Red Cross Children's Hospital, where he is clinging onto and fighting for his life.
We as a family and community are very traumatized. As a young innocent child that wasn't even in the street, got so hurt, he's basically fighting for his life, because there is no progress, and at the moment we can't give any comment. For me, no news is good news. His teachers are missing him, and his little friends come every 5 minutes to ask when he will be coming home.
Leo's teachers say that he is very popular at school, and his school friends continue to ask when he will return.
His school friends misses him terribly, and we really don't know how we get through the day without him.
Although the protests that spilled over into neighboring fishing communities have stopped and the situation has calmed down, it remains volatile.
It's all the police. And the community, as I said, is angry. And the community told me as community leader, please Tyron, if anything happened in Laingville, you have to stay out of it, because we are going to deal with the police decisively.
Linky Bierman, SABC News, Laingville, St. Helena Bay. A white cross and the bullet holes is all that can be seen on the outside of the house where Leo was hit in the head by a bullet. The decision to switch off the machines at the hospital was not an easy one for the family.
To ask the Lord, I was ready to give him back to you, because I knew he wasn't going to be healthy or a normal child again. But his parents are very traumatized, especially because his father was away for a year as he worked somewhere else.
I first want to bury my child in peace, and then I want justice. He was just an innocent child that was watching television. I don't know what another father will do, but I don't want any policeman at his funeral.
Community leader and family friend Tyrone Williams is pleading for prayers to keep the peace in the area, at least until Leo is buried.
Tomorrow we are going to Cape Town again to do the post-mortem, and then the doctors will remove the bullet, and there we will confirm which bullet is still lodged in the head of Leo. And after that, we want to see that justice is served.
The community is dealing with the trauma in various ways. Songwriter and rapper Marcelino Witboy wrote and composed a song for Leo.
We will remember Leo. I wish I could have shook his hand or give him a hug. I think I saw him, but I never had a chance to have a conversation with him. But this song is my conversation with him.
This coming Monday, his school will hold a memorial service in his honor.
He will surely be missed, and he will be in our hearts forever, because the footprints that he left in our hearts and in the community will always be with us.
Leo's funeral will be held next Saturday, the 29th of August in Laingville. Linky Bierman, SABC News, St. Helena Bay. #Justice for Leo. More than a month after his death, the community is still in the dark. They handed over a memorandum to local police, which they hold responsible for the 9-year-old's death.
This morning we had a peaceful march for justice for Leo, and also we handed over a memorandum to the local police. So we are demanding our local police, our local station commander, to step down because he refused to work with the community. The march was peaceful. There were no violence whatsoever.
Leo was watching TV when he was hit by one of 6 bullets fired towards this house. Community members filmed the officers shooting. The findings of police watchdog IPID are yet to be released. Linky Bierman, SABC News, Cape Town.
Family and friends.
A day of mourning for a young life lost. Members of the close-knit community lined the streets to pay tribute. Raw emotions as his younger brother Luciano accompanied the casket. Community members honored his life with music. His tragic death touched the hearts of South Africans across the country. Evangelist Leo dos Santos from Johannesburg led the service.
He crept into my heart like we share a name, and I just fell in love with him, and it was the least that I could do all the way from Johannesburg to come and support the family and reach out to them, because we need each other in this time that we are living in. We're living in a pandemic, but we really need each other. So I just wanted to come out, pay my respects, and I was honored by the family for them to honor me and afford me the opportunity to preach at his funeral.
The service was an opportunity to heal hearts and for the family to find peace.
As Leo's guardian, I'm finding acceptance because it's God's will. It still hurts to let him go, but I've made peace because the Lord took him for a reason.
The community remains angry at the way Leo died and that no one has yet been arrested.
At this stage, our community is very furious on what happened in El Dorado Park. The Minister of Police was there. The President also sent a letter to the family of that little boy there. But here in Laingville is 3 weeks now, and nothing, but absolutely nothing is happening in Laingville. No one is coming to talk to us, and our community is furious based on the action of the officials of our country.
The community says they will not accept young Leo's death until justice has been served. Linky Bierman, SABC News, Laingville, St. Helena Bay.
Good day, everyone. My name is Dimitri Alexander, and the name of my poem is The Laingville Within Us. The Laingville within us. It owns its own piece of blue skies. It owns its own sun and moon. Its guests often depart with "see you soon." Ancient bakkies, roaring trumpets, so is the hourglass shouted. Anchovy gold draws the attention of young and old. Oilskin check, hook check, fuel in place. Before he leaves, the wife says grace. Before the golden arrow bus, there was the Laingville within us. 6th day in sight. The list of names secures your sight. Red and white on our tongues. Game day away. Like with a sire, we will always admire the Laingville within us.
Burning tyres, rocks and razor wire blocked the road into and out of St. Helena Bay on the west coast. Residents of Laingville renewed their housing delivery protest after only 10 plots were allocated for housing by the Saldanha Bay municipality.
The municipal manager offered us only 10 plots, and we gave feedback to the community, and the community rejected the offer because what can you do with 10 plots only? If we have any issues, we must put it in writing, and then they will reply via email. So we gave the feedback last night to the community, and the community decided that if they don't want to come and talk with us, then the community will block the road.
During the last protest, the municipality agreed to meet community leaders on a regular basis to find solutions to their housing needs. The municipality says this is just the beginning of a much longer process.
The reason why we're only starting with 10 is because we can immediately start with the 10. Further developments, we will make provision for more service plots in our further developments. We are trying to assist. We're trying to give immediate relief. But with the 10 urban, this is not the final phase. It is the beginning of a new way of looking at how we can help our people. But this we can do immediately.
Community members feel strongly about what they see as unfair distribution of land and housing.
We as a colored community have been battling for years to get housing. Houses are being allocated, but the majority is always given to black people. I'm not going to give up. They can call anyone. Enough is enough. I will die for my colored community.
The municipality and community have agreed to continue meeting on a regular basis. Linky Bierman, SABC News, Laingville, St. Helena Bay.
This is Kells River. Leo Williams was from St. Helena, out on the west coast. He was 9 years old. This is North Pine. You see? All over the Western Cape. Our children get murdered, women get raped. 9 years old. He's never gonna drive a car, never gonna have a job. 9 years old, you tell me. Ravensmead. Leo Williams was from St. Helena Bay. About in Pinelands, guys. You see, Leo Williams, all the way from St. Helena out on the west coast, shot and killed by the police. Is this the color of our skin, guys? shot and killed. There's no justice. Never is. Sometimes feel so hopeless. I would say to all the colored people out there, you know, we get murdered most of the times by our own people, but by the police. We cannot give up, but it's just poverty. You know, they want to stop the economy for coronavirus, but it's the poverty amongst our people that's driving this gangsterism, crime in our country. But when are they going to take colored people serious? It's a sad day. It's a sad reality for all of us. This is Pinehurst, Durbanville. Quiet place, beautiful. You get to the gate, you have to scan your license card. You probably need 2 or 3 taxis and a bus to get here if you don't have a car, or maybe Uber. So I think it's the haves and the have-nots. Yes. Poverty kills. I would say to all the colored people out there, the color of your skin is fantastic. May your soul rest in peace.
Residents of Laingville in St. Helena Bay say they've waited for proper housing for the past 18 years. Their protests in July this year led to the death of 9-year-old Leo Williams. There's been an increased police presence in the usually peaceful town since the protests began. Residents say they want serviced plots to build their own homes.
The mandate of the community was that the municipality must give us at least 150 plots over a period of 3 years. And the municipality rejected the offer. At this stage, the offer on the table is only 10 plots that is available from the municipality side.
The local municipality has developed a so-called GAP project to deliver houses. It's targeted at people earning more than 7,000 Rand per month, who can also access a bank loan. Community leaders say the process is unfair.
The municipality currently is forcing our people in the GAP housing project, where you must go for a bond, a loan at the bank, and our people cannot afford to go to a bank for a loan.
The protests have affected schooling, as well as the provision of other services in the area.
Since 2002, there are no houses here. Since 2002, there are not RTP houses. And those people were promised. Now, why is the promises not been fulfilled? They are failed by the municipality because municipality, the mayor and the speaker promised them for the land of 150, the plots of 150. And they show them where the plots are. And also there is going to be a school there, and after the back of the school they are going to get also another plot. But now they changed, they only gave them 10 plots. That is why they are angry now. The land is there. If the municipality cannot give that land, we are going to cut that land into these plots. It's a better way than to go and make a public violence.
The West Coast, just like many other parts of the Western Cape, has attracted people desperate for work and a better future. But the municipality has failed to deliver adequate services.
Each and every year the budget is coming out, and then I don't know where the budget is going. Always I'm going to the hall, listen the municipality and the councillor said there is a sum of budget like this, and then I don't know where it's going after that.
Many people are unhappy because people get married, they stay with their girlfriends and children, and then they have to stay in their mother's yard, or they must go and stay in other people's yards. Then they have to pay 800 to 1,500 Rand for rent, while you could have used that 1,500 and spent it on their own houses. We all prefer that. We don't have to have a massive piece of land, but that we can each have a little piece of land that you can say is yours.
All that we ask is give us some plots so that the people can build their houses on their own.
The mayor must not decide for the language. and stay in Langaban, but decide for the Laingville. People of Laingville must decide what they want for themselves.
The IPID investigation into Leo's death is still incomplete. Residents say until a solution is found to their housing problems, protests such as these are likely to continue in the near future. Linky Bierman, SABC News, Laingville on the West Coast.
9:05.